Welcome to what might be the first in a monthly series, the state of play for Elite Dangerous and Odyssey. Now, it's no secret that things within the Elite Dangerous community right now are in a pretty bad place. Things aren't shaping up great, and the future doesn't look too rosy either. Now, I thought long and hard about this video. Do I want to make another video where I'm pointing out the negativity, the poor things, bad things going on? Or do I want to go ahead and start making positive videos and just pretend all these issues aren't going on? I mean, at the end of the day, I decided I can only do what I always do, and that is to follow my feelings and be honest about how I see things. And honestly, I really do think that is what everyone wants to hear, and that is how everyone feels. The idea then for this series is just to get a bit of an idea of how things stand today on the 8th of July. I'll then come back around the first week in August and we'll take another look. Of course, that doesn't mean I won't be making Elite Dangerous videos in between. We will be doing exactly that, but hopefully I won't have to focus too much on all the negative things in between, and we can get all of this stuff out of the way and discussed in one big swoop. Now, I'm sure I don't need to recount everything that's been going on with Odyssey and why we face the current situation we're in. Instead, we can jump straight into, well, what's been going on. Now, the good news is that Lavecon was this weekend just gone, and it seemed a lot of people went ahead and enjoyed that. Whilst it wasn't the traditional full live-scale event, there was no physical event, it was still a virtual event taking place on both YouTube as well as Twitch. Quite a lot of people watched and joined in with various activities. It's a real nice, solid core of the community, and it's always been very, very friendly indeed. So, my respects and my appreciation to all the guys at Lave Radio for making this an ongoing thing. I know it takes a lot of effort. Another nice thing is the recent HCS video. This is from HCS Voice Packs. It's a brilliant video focused on Elite Dangerous, and I guess we've got some Odyssey planetary tech in there as well. It's by one of their newer voice actors that they've been using, who, to me at least, sounds quite a little bit like Leonard Nimoy, the guy who played Spock. And the script itself for the video is excellent. It kind of gives me the chills a little bit, and is very much like reminiscent of Carl Sagan. So some excellent writing going on there, some nice filmography as well, and of course awesome work from the voice actor who voiced that. The third good thing I really want to point out is that there are people out there, of course, that still seem to be enjoying the game, and some of these are just individual people, and some of them come from dedicated long-standing groups as well. I've been speaking to a few people over the past few weeks and the past few months, and yes, they kind of understand what's going on with Odyssey. They're not too fazed by it. They've been able to keep playing regardless and having a good time. So my hat's off to all of those people. Don't stop enjoying the game regardless of what you're hearing. If there's all this negativity, or what you're seeing as negativity going on around you, you know, just keep going. If you're that committed to the game and you're enjoying it that much, then I think that is genuinely fantastic. Meanwhile, the Elite Dangerous subreddit hit 300,000 subscribers this week, which is a massive milestone, so my congratulations to them. They've also currently got a 300,000 subscriber giveaway competition going on. The links to that can be found in the video description. Do head on over there and take a look. Another thing I want to mention here, whilst we're talking about the good side of things, is the uptick in the number of messages coming from the community managers. Now, I genuinely think they're doing a fantastic job here. If I do check the Elite Dangerous forums quite often, and at least one of the community managers is there daily, posting a lot of comments, answering a lot of questions, and just in general turning up and being quite positive about things and giving people the feedback to questions, even if those questions are fairly difficult. And of course, the difficult thing for the community managers is they're in a very awkward position at the moment. I personally believe that they are doing a very, very good job, but the issues are coming from elsewhere within Frontier, and this is somewhat undermining the work that the community managers themselves are trying to do. Same goes for the developers. We've had 5 updates so far for Odyssey. We don't know if that is the end of the updates. Maybe there'll be a 6th one, maybe not. Either way, Frontier are not talking. But it does take time and work to get these updates out there, and quite clearly the developers are putting in time to make that happen. With those things out of the way, it really is impossible to deny that the Elite community is now at a crossroads. Personally, I think the Elite community and the Elite game itself has crossed the Rubicon, and these are both divergent paths going in very different directions. Things are not in a good place. There's various different reasons for that, of course. The state of Odyssey, the issues with Frontier and their communications. And don't get me wrong, I fully believe that the community managers are doing a great job, and also think the developers are working hard to try and get things fixed. The real problem is at a higher level than that. I think it's with the decision makers at Frontier, and the decisions, to be perfectly honest, have been pretty poor. Added to that, I've made my feelings quite clear over the past few weeks that I'm not too in favour of Odyssey as a game really. I think it's average at best, but I don't want to go over old ground. I've discussed that in a previous video. But let's quickly focus on what else is going on in the community with this particular aspect of things. Of course, large parts of the community are upset. We can see that on the forums, in YouTube comments, in Reddit, in Discord channels, and the various people who I hear daily are leaving the game for other games. Now, I do at this point want to give out a shout out to other content creators. Down to Earth Astronomy has released a fantastic video where he goes into some detail on what he feels would be very good reasons for having ship interiors in the game. Of course, there are other things that need to be fixed in the meantime, but these are long-term plans, and they really do highlight why the thinking behind Frontier at the moment, that ship interiors perhaps shouldn't be a thing, are quite flawed. So do check out that video from Down to Earth. It's linked in the video description. Meanwhile, Hawks Gaming, another dedicated YouTuber for Elite Dangerous content, has today released a video where he discusses why he has fallen out of love with Elite Dangerous. It's kind of a heart-wrenching video, to be perfectly honest. I can totally sympathise with the guy, but it is actually a very good video. That is also linked in the video description. Meanwhile, the famed Elite Dangerous author Drew Wagar has released a video himself, this time discussing the history of Elite Dangerous, bringing us right up to date, discussing the release of Odyssey itself. All of these can be found linked in the video description. Finally, I want to also give a shout out to Nicou, who has done a review on Elite Dangerous and Elite Dangerous Odyssey on his website Remlok Industries. Now, this is a significant part of the community. It's not a YouTube channel or anything like that, it's text-based. But as always, Remlok Industries, the website, and Nicou himself has been a big part of the Elite Dangerous community, especially the French side of things. So if you want to take a look at that review, and I really do recommend you do so, it's an absolutely fantastic read. It is 11,000 words long, and I really do feel that shows a lot of commitment from the author of that review. And it also really goes into a lot of detail as to where we stand today. So again, that is linked below. Finally then, here at the beginning of July, we're still waiting further words from Frontier. But at this point, I do really feel that things are crumbling apart very fast, and I don't really know what it's going to take from Frontier to turn things around. Personally, I think any announcements of future content are going to be met with indifference really. If Frontier, for example, and pure speculation here, were to announce new ships coming or new SRVs, would that really make any difference at this point? Would that please people? Would that give people enough to look forward to? Or do people want content that is far more significant? Now, example here might be what Frontier discussed yesterday, the community managers discussed yesterday on the official forums, was some thoughts going into overhauling power play. Would that be enough? Personally, I'm at the point where I'm kind of indifferent to a new ship or new SRVs, or even an overhaul to power play. These are great things, don't get me wrong, and I'm sure a lot of people will go out there and say they appreciate it, and I fully accept that and fully understand it. But at this point, I think we need a greater commitment from Frontier on the future of where Elite Dangerous is heading. At any rate, do let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. What do you feel that is needed to get Elite Dangerous back on track at this point? Or perhaps more worryingly, do you feel that at this point it is now too late and that Elite is on the slippery slope downwards? Again, do let me know what you think in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. As always, thanks for watching. and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.